guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a 9-month pregnancy update. This video was going to be pretty straightforward. I wasn't going to have much to say. It was going to be pretty short, but a lot has changed in the past week. Actually, about 3 days ago, I found out that my birth plan will be completely changing, from a natural birth in a birthing center to a hospital birth. I want to give some background real quick on my entire pregnancy. So the pregnancy has been really easy, no complications. Getting pregnant, Travis and I tried, and the first time we got pregnant, we barely tried. And then after that, the entire pregnancy has been easy. I haven't had any bleeding, cramping, nothing. I've passed all my tests, the GBS tests, the gestational diabetes test. I passed everything. But at my 20-week ultrasound, they did say the baby was a little small, but nothing to be concerned about. So when I got to 37 weeks, actually I'm 37 weeks now, but I'm almost 38 weeks. When I got to 37 weeks, I just had this weight come off my shoulder because I was I didn't have preterm labor, I'll be able to have the birth that I want because I went through the entire pregnancy and didn't have any complications, and nothing arose that made me need to transfer to a hospital birth. So when you hit 37 weeks, you can give birth, and it's completely normal. So that's why the weight came off my shoulder, that oh, I've made it this far, and I'm actually going to be able to do the birth that I wanted and planned, which was going to be a water birth at a birthing center with midwives. But my midwives did say that I was measuring a little bit small the last time that I went. And I asked them if it was something to be concerned about, and they're like, if you really do want to get an ultrasound, we can set up an ultrasound for you just to make sure. So we did that, and I went to the ultrasound, and they said the baby was really small, too small. They aren't 100% sure how small it is, but they know it's around 5 pounds, which it should be around 6 pounds right now. And they are worried that, the baby's not getting enough nutrients, that's why it's not growing. But, my midwife also said, since I never had my due date ultrasound, meaning an ultrasound to confirm your due date is this date, because I was just kind of guessing based off my period. Since I never had that, it could be that. But they don't want to chance the fact that, the baby could not be getting nutrients, and, not growing anymore. So they want to induce me. And if you know me, or if you've been following me, I like to go the most natural route with everything. I don't even take ibuprofen if my head hurts or anything like that. Being induced is just completely against my morals. If it needs to happen, obviously, it's great that it's there for people who need it. Intervening in a pregnancy that, has been pretty much good the entire time, with medications and forcing my body to go into labor when it's not ready, just doesn't seem right to me. At this point, I really don't have a choice. My midwives said it's too much of a risk to them, because if the baby's small, it is considered higher risk when your baby isn't hitting their exact ranges of size. So I had to transfer to an OB at a hospital, and then when I transferred to her, she said, we don't want a chance that the baby is not growing because it's not getting enough nutrients, even though we could be completely wrong. And because I was questioning, why would I want to be induced, because I want the baby to stay in longer and grow more. But she was just saying that she was worried that, it's not getting enough nutrients, so maybe we should induce you. So we've compromised on me being 38 weeks. So a couple days ago, I went from thinking that I was having a natural birth, with my midwives that I've been having care with the entire time, to giving birth in a week, unnatural. I'll still not do the epidural. I might end up doing it because people say when you get induced, it's a lot more painful because it's 0 to 100. Your body didn't get days to process this stuff. But I don't plan on doing the epidural. But it's still not considered natural, because you're forcing your body into labor when it's not ready. So we've kind of compromised on 38 weeks. So on the 21st, I will be induced. If I want to look at the good side of this, it's awesome because, you know, all my family got to like come and know like when to come. Like my mom's here, my dad's here, and then my sister like is driving from Colorado, so she like knows when to come exactly, so she can be here, you know, right after the baby's born and when I come home. And Travis is like really excited, which is so cute because we thought it was gonna be like I go over 40 weeks because that's usually what happens when you're on your first pregnancy. You usually go to like 41 or 42 weeks even. So we thought maybe we had another month, but we found out like 2 days ago or 3 days ago that we have literally less than a week until I'll have the baby. So Travis is pretty excited to like know that we're having it so soon, but luckily everything is ready. I've already prepared everything like in advance. It's just I'm pretty upset because I never like pictured myself giving birth in a hospital. I just always pictured myself doing a home birth or, you know, a birth with midwives at a birthing center. I never, you know, expected this, and I really wish that my midwives would have, you know, took it more serious. When I did my 20-week ultrasound, they, you know, said it wasn't a big deal. It's not in the 10 percentile, so, you know, we don't need to worry, but it was on the lower end. I think that they should have been like, let's get another ultrasound in 2 weeks to see where it's at, but instead, you know, I had a 20-week ultrasound and then I had a 37-week ultrasound. In between that time, like, we had no idea, you know, how fast it was growing and where it was, you know, on, you know, the scale of like percentile. I had thoughts in my mind that I wanted another ultrasound after that 20-week ultrasound, but, you know, I was told that I was just worrying and that it was fine and to not like look too much into it. As soon as I had that 37-week ultrasound and she said the baby was small, I knew because of researching that they usually induce you because they expect that something is, you know, not allowing nutrients to the baby. So I was like, automatically I went to my midwives and emailed them and was like, I really don't want to be induced. Like, can you please go over, you know, the ultrasound results and please tell me I'm not going to be induced. And then I got called that next day saying that, you know, they might want to induce me. I got to go to an OB, and then I did, and she wanted to. So yeah, it's crazy because at this point, I think I've gained 28 pounds, which they really wanted me to gain at least 25. So I was like, oh, I'm gaining weight, right? Like, my stomach like popped like right after I had that 20-week ultrasound. I felt like the baby grew so much after the ultrasound, and then to hear that like all these changes are happening within 1 day or 2 days, you know, going from like that type of birth to now like a hospital birth. But luckily I did have a hospital birth plan, so they know that I don't, you know, want certain vaccinations, or they know that, you know, I want to be able to push in whatever position like is comfortable for me. They know I want to do like a natural birth, you know, unmedicated birth, and, you know, I have a whole plan set out, and I went over it with the OB that I have now, and she was cool with it all. But it's just, I would have never expected this, you know. So this is a big update because I was just expecting to be like, oh yeah, the last trimester has been so nice. It has. I haven't really had any of the symptoms that most people talk about. Like, I haven't been in pain. You know, I haven't had like swelling feet. I still don't have stretch marks. You know, like all of it seems good. And then, you know, figure this out right at the end of my pregnancy. Not even have time to like research what, you know, OBs I want to go to. You know, I just got to go to the first one that will take me. Because, you know, they're all booked, and I gotta get in quickly and all that, and I just wish I had more time and I would have like known this was a possibility. I am thankful that I did get that ultrasound, even though, you know, they weren't really pushing it. It's just crazy how this happened. I'm still processing it. I literally thought I was gonna like cry during this video, but honestly, there's nothing I can do about it. The good news is, and what she kept telling me, is that your baby isn't preterm. Like, you're not giving birth earlier than 37 weeks, which is 37 weeks if you give birth at 37 weeks or later, it's good. So, you know, that's the normal range. So it's not like I'm having a preterm baby that's not fully developed. the baby's fully developed, like the lungs are developed and everything is ready to, be birthed and come out to the world, but it's not big enough, like it's not chunky enough. Because sometimes if your babies are small, you'll go into preterm labor. It's all a precautionary method. They're just doing this because it's just in case. It could come out and be fine and be strong and be healthy and not, I didn't need to do all this, but they just don't want to risk it. A lot to process, but I'm happy to meet our baby and I can't wait to record it. And if you guys see me in the hospital instead of at a birth center, that is why. But it just kind of shows that you can't really control your birth. Like, babies will do what they want. Yeah, I'm still processing this, but this will be my last video that I make before I give birth, because it'll be next Thursday. This video will come out Monday, and then 3 days after that, I will be in the hospital getting induced. This is the last video you'll see of me pregnant. Me and Travis are gonna take pregnancy photos today, like our last pregnancy photos, and then we'll have a baby. So I'll make sure to record the birth. No matter how it goes, I'm going to record it and hopefully post it if I feel comfortable, which I think I will, and just show you guys, the reality of things. I really wanted it to be a natural birth at a birthing center in water, but now it's this, and I kind of just have to go with the flow. I can't wait to meet our baby, and I can't wait to show you guys our baby too, and tell you the name, because I'm so anxious to tell you guys what name we picked. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this video is a little bit of a bummer, but there is good sides to this. We have been looking at the bright side of things. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Well, you'll see my birth, and I'll probably post it a week after I give birth. So I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Thank you for following along, if you follow along through this pregnancy. And yeah, that's all I have to say before, you don't see me again until I give birth. But have a great day. I love you guys. Bye.